I should have done that too.
Okay. Well, we are on. Good evening, Facebook friend. We just want to welcome you again this evening. We know that today is Resurrection Sunday, and
Yeah.
I pray you have had a glorious time in the Lord today. We are excited and so blessed, amen, to be back with you again this afternoon. We want to make sure that you are on, so let us know that you are on, and if you have any feedback, also let us know the feedback that you may be having. But we are the Unruffled Ladies, and many of you already know what Unruffled Ladies mean, which it means to be confident, at ease, and balanced. Confidence, at ease, and balance. It is so important that we as women to become confident in who we are and who God has created us to be. So we are excited. We are excited about the guest that we have today. With us today, Winston Alexander. She is with us today, and we have some just a real good topic today that we're going to be talking to you about. Hopefully, that you would get something from the topic. Our topic today is when you are unsure about yourself. How many of you know that many times as women we experience things in life that will cause us to be unsure of who we really are? Sometimes so much so until it causes us to say, why am I here? I don't have a purpose. I don't have a reason. Why should I keep living? Why should I get up in the morning and go to work? It's because that you are unsure about yourself. But for many years, I was unsure about myself, who I really was. And it caused me to be in a place where I couldn't see who God created. I couldn't see me being everything that He said I am. You know, I could look at somebody else and see them, but when it came to me, it was like, no, not me. So today we're going to be talking about when you are unsure about yourself. Once again, please let us know that you're on. Give us some feedback, and just welcome with me our guest for today, Winston Alexander, who have gone through have really gone through some things in life. And I believe today that she's going to point out some things that's going to help us to even see ourselves in a better way. Amen. So she's now also is mentoring others. It's called Power Up Dream. Power Up Your Dream. That's what it is. Power Up Your Dreams.
Yeah.
And how many of you know sometimes when you are in a place, you need somebody else to help you look within you.
Yes.
And so that's what it's all about. Just from reading her bio is to help to mentor you and to help you. So today we're going to bring out something, help you to see who you really are. I also want to welcome Rosalind. She's with us today, and also Pastor V is with us today. Yeah, just wave your hand. Is with us today, and these are my two standby.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna just open up with our guest today, and just let her introduce herself. Just kind of tell just a few things about herself before we go into the talk of. Yeah, come on, Winston. Just kind of tell just a little about yourself before we go into our conversation today.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to be here with you ladies of UnRuffled Ladies. And I love what UnRuffled Ladies stand for. Confident, at ease, and balanced. And we need that. So my name is Winston Alexander. I am a thinker and a creator. I'm actually a powerful creator. I've come to realize I am a creator of dreams. All right. I am the former publisher of a magazine for adult survivors of child abuse and everything that comes out of that life, such as domestic violence, hunger, sexual assault, mental illness, all of which I have survived myself. I am an author. I have experience with creating symposiums and conferences and being a keynote speaker at these events. And now, as Lady
Gina?
Gina said, I am a mentor to other survivors, a self empowerment mentor teaching other survivors survival skills, how
Yeah.
to change your life and take charge and make it what you want it to be.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Awesome.
That's awesome all by itself.
well, it's
Mhm.
awesome when you consider where the heck I've been coming from, right? For the longest time, I had no idea who I was. And to the point of, I, like you mentioned, I question all the time, what is the purpose? What is the point of me being here? Why was I born? Right? Because I was going through so much stuff. It was like that there was no point. There was no point. I did have dreams. I did have dreams of what I thought my life would be, right?
Hmm.
But I had no idea how any of it was going to materialize. And it took me many, many, many years to figure out, how to
Hmm.
make my life what I wanted to be. So I spent years just lost.
Hmm.
Um, I had no plan. I didn't understand why I was going through the things I was going through and attracting all those terrible experiences that plagued me. And as a survivor of all manner of unspeakable things, all I knew was I was in pain, right?
Yeah.
The just frustration, failure, shame, helplessness, hopelessness. And that hopelessness was depression. And
Yeah.
I have been feeling that from as far back as I can remember. I remember clearly being depressed at 4 years old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I kind of want to go and kind of talk about that. I see that you talk about in your childhood life. A lot of times when we are speaking to other people, that especially if we are going through something right now, we feel, well, how does she know that what I feel, what I'm going through? So I kind of want to go back to your childhood life in order for people to understand how you can speak what you're speaking today and why. I see you was sexual abused at an early child. I don't know how early that was. You may want to kind of talk about that to kind of bring us up to date to where you are right
Right.
now, the reason why you do what you do by empowering other women or other people, period.
Other
Uh,
people. Right.
yeah, how to survive.
Exactly.
So let's just kind of talk
So,
about your childhood life.
so the abuse started, unfortunately. Um, this part is only hard to talk about because I don't want to hurt my mother, right?
Okay, okay,
Um, and I want to be able to tell my story, but I don't want her to hurt and I don't want her to
right,
live in guilt, right?
yes,
Because she did the best she could with what she had. But I
right.
believe that I was
Let's
even
give it up for the mothers, because sometimes I know
exactly. It's
know,
hard. It's
yes,
hard. It's hard,
yes.
right?
I have a mother of two of my kids was sexually abused at a very early age, and so I can really understand you having that respect for your mother, because
Right.
I experienced. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So even though I question sometimes, how could she not know? How did she not see? How should I have to remember to give her grace, to give her
yeah.
grace. So, but I believe that I even absorbed some of my mother's stress from inside her womb all the way throughout. How she was not very nice to me when I was much younger,
Hmm.
right? And we never were able to connect as mother and daughter, unfortunately, even to this day. Even though we are trying and we're working on our relationship, that mother daughter connection has never actually happened. So, she went through some trauma with my father abandoning her while she was pregnant with me, and et cetera, and which led her to her not being the mother that I needed.
Hmm.
So fast forward, I remember the first time a male person approached me, it was my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I very recently mentioned this to my mother, and she said it wasn't that uncle that I was thinking about. And maybe she's right. Maybe I just don't remember. But he held me down on the bed and he laid on top of me and he kissed me in a manner that did not feel right to me. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
he had come to visit us with a girlfriend, and the girlfriend had walked up to the door. And when he noticed she was there, he jumped off me and then she gave me a dirty look as if to say it was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the age of 11, 12,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was the same uncle, he started taking me from my bed and bringing me to his bed at night. Now, we were not doing very well when I was much younger. So he shared a bed with my brother, my younger brother. So he would come and get me from my bed, from my room, and he would have me in the bed with him and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
It was an all out affair, which started with him just telling me things like, your mother doesn't love you. Nobody loves you. You have no one, but I will be there for you. I will love you. I will take care of you. And of course, I wanted to hear that. And so he would have me in the bed doing all kinds of things. And when you are a child being sexually abused, and you're being told that this is love, um the things, and your body is made to respond a certain kind of way. So the touching and stuff felt good to me. Okay. So and I remember, and he labored and tried. I don't remember him actually penetrating me, but I do remember him trying very hard to, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm. And
in
just for our audience, let me say that just for our audience, we are talking about this because it's real. This happened every single day to children, every day,
every
every
day,
day,
every
every
day.
single day. And a lot of time, because the child do not know how to properly uh, let someone know what's really going on, it keep going on.
It keeps going on.
So we talk about these things to let you as a parents and you that may be even experiencing it to know it happened and you're not alone. And we have come to a place where we are deciding to we're gonna let people know because a lot of time it also make you feel that something wrong with you. It's your
Right,
fault.
right,
It's
Mhm.
your fault.
right,
So
right.
you hear us talk about these things because we want to let you know that this just didn't start yesterday. It's been going on for years. It just began, people now, it just began to come to the forefront and talk about it where there was a time we wasn't able to talk about it out in the public. So yeah, go ahead. I just
And
wanted to,
people still don't want to talk about it. It
people
is
still don't
still
want to talk about
very hard to get support for people who have lived through these things. It is still very hard.
it.
You
Yeah.
can I spoke with a woman last week, a couple of weeks ago, and she told her sexual assault story for the first time on air with me. And um, we posted we posted the video in different places, and people were just afraid to comment, to give
Yeah.
any feedback, right? People are
Yeah.
just still so afraid of this topic. And as much as attention as the topic gets, like you said, it continues to happen. It continues to
Mhm.
happen.
Mhm.
And you've got to know the signs as a parent. Just be aware. You can't be too careful with your child, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So um yeah, so that was happening. And then there was more. There was a neighbor who He was a police officer, and I was about 13 at this time. And he would take me in his car up to the mountains in Kingston and, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, there was just a lot of that in my life
Yeah. Yeah.
from childhood
Yeah.
on to early adulthood.
Yeah. Well, we thank God today that you have a testimony. It's not just something that occurred and happened, but now it have become a testimony. Rosalind, you are on with us. I see Pastor V. I don't know if we lost her or not, uh, but I know that you and Winston, y'all been knowing each other for some time. You
Yeah,
may have a question or something that you want to ask before we go to. I really want to talk about surviving, and you can't
surviving.
that surviving mode. But go ahead, Rosalind.
Um, Winsome, you're so right. People are afraid to get involved in these type of conversations, and I think the fear comes from not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say, and feeling uncomfortable
Feeling
about
And
uncomfortable.
not knowing what to do.
feeling the
Because
shame.
every
I
huh?
feeling the shame.
Yes, yes, actually, and like empath, they're feeling your pain, they're feeling the empathy and all of that. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond. They don't have any answers. They don't have any solutions, right? So
And
the next best thing to do is to detach.
detach, detach.
Yeah, let me detach myself from this. And for those viewers that are on now, Facebook, YouTube, wherever other social media that we're on, please communicate with us. Feel free to leave um, comments, questions, other things that you'd like for Unruffled Ladies to talk about, and Winsome with her platform. I do want to say that today is a very, very special day. We know today is Resurrection Day, Easter. We decided, all of us, and we chose to continue uh, to broadcast the Unruffled Ladies today, every second Sunday and every fourth Sunday, because we know how important it is that women out there, people out there, know that you are not by yourself.
Right.
There are people that exist that has either been through what you're going through, they have come out, they are in it right now, and we're here just to let you know that there is a place of restoration and deliverance and hope.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh yeah.
know that there are some people in this situation, or know somebody in a situation like this, as far as abuse or anything that's causing you to have a despair of life, that there's no answer, there's no solution. Well, I'm here to tell you, our guest today, Winsome Alexander, she is a living witness that there is hope, there
There
is
is.
an answer.
They're
Yes.
they're really, really when I look at my life the way it is today, I marvel
Hmm,
sometimes at how I made it. I
hmm,
absolutely marvel. And today I am living under such favor. When I say that I am highly favored, I'm
Yeah.
just not saying some words. That's how I live. I am highly favored. I have survived. And the
Yeah.
hmm.
definition of survivor is to live on and prosper. And I'm
Yeah.
doing both of those things. I remember, look, I I came here from Jamaica, right? And came by myself and was alone. I came with the intention that I was going to develop a relationship with my father, right? And that relationship, he was going to love me and it was going to heal my depression and heal my life because my life was a mess. And all I got from him was more rejection, right? So I had to deal with that, him not wanting me and being alone in a strange country, trying to make it by myself. And even before I got here, just going from finding myself in the beds and the arms of men looking for love. And I'll just say just the beds, because I really didn't get the arms that I was looking for, right? I never
Wow.
got the love that I was looking for, but I remember being very conscious that if I let them have sex with me, they will hold me for a little bit. I will get some attention. I will get some love. So I was promiscuous, but it wasn't the sex that I was after. It was the love that I was after,
Mm.
right? So, and not knowing who I was, you know, all I got was being used and abused and discarded over and over again. Yeah, these are the things that happen to you when you're not sure of who you are, right? And some of these men, they ended up beating me. I have scars on me now. I have a scar right here and another one right here from being beaten with a gun, right? But because,
Mm.
yes, because I just happened to show up at the home of this man I was seeing at the time, and he was in there with someone else. And why did he even bother letting me in? So he let me in, and he was hiding the person in the room, and I just wanted to see who the person was. And they did not want me to see, and I was being rebellious and doing crazy things. So I said, I'm not leaving until I see who it was. And when he had had enough of me carrying on, he came out and beat me in my head with that gun. And there was blood everywhere, all over the place. All
Wow.
over, my face was swollen. I was black and blue. When I finally made it to the doctor a couple of days after that, the doctor said, "Why don't you report this man?" And I never did. I never did report
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And this is what we're talking about today. When you are unsure of yourself, this is what happened. I really hope our viewers is listening and hearing what you're saying right now, because when you are not sure of yourself, you draw who you are.
Yes.
Who you are. That's who you draw to
Yes.
you. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so you draw those bad relationships, those bad
Yes.
guys, those bad friendship when you're not sure and confident 100% in who you are, and that's a lesson learned. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You have to learn. You have to become into who you really are. You
Yeah.
have to say who you are. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can see, with you starting out from an early age being sexually abused. Well, this just became a part of you for a period of time.
Exactly. Exactly. When these things happen to you in early childhood, you are several times more likely to find yourself in these other situations. It's called re-victimization in adulthood, right? And
Uh-huh.
I remember escaping death at the hands of boyfriends. They tried to kill me. One of them took me to a notorious killer in Jamaica, and he had blindfolded me to drive me to that place. And he was giving the man instructions, and the man said to him, "You mean you really want to hurt this beautiful young lady? I'm not doing it." And so he blindfolded me and drove me back, but he also himself tried to pull me into the mountains, a mountainous place in the dark called No Man's Land. And what was he doing that for except to hurt me that night?
Yeah.
And that wasn't the only other man. So looking for love and ending up in these dark places with these dark people. And but guess what? Now I have learned to love myself, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
love I was looking for in different men, I never found it to this day. To this
Yeah.
day, I've never been married. I've never had a real serious committed relationship with a man, right? But the way that I love myself today, I can hardly describe it to you. I
Wow.
I am so proud of who I've become. I am
Wow.
so proud of the survivor that I am,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
I
We
appreciate myself in such a way that I just think that I am incredible.
Yeah, yeah. We also have well, Pastor B, did you go get up did you go off? Did I lose you? Okay, y'all need to get situated. Okay.
So it's just you
I,
and me.
I don't know if we lost are you on, Valencia? Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. They're gonna get back on, I guess. But anyway, yeah, you kind of talk about that survival mode. You know how you came to, I would say, a aha moment.
Well,
Say,
um,
this is not who I am. I have
yeah,
just been surviving, and I don't have to just survive, but I can live.
right. So after my life was just like a complete mess. I mean, a complete mess. Um, Depression and just everything.
Let's
I
talk about that depression, because there are so many people today is with anxiety, depression. You know, you what yeah, let's just talk about that. What causes you to get in that spot where you want to suicide, you're so depressed you want to kill yourself, you know, all these things.
I am a three-time suicide attempt survivor. I
Wow.
tried three times. I ended up in the hospital two times. One time I was there for 3 weeks. Another time I was there on a 72-hour hold. They had me in this rubber room. And at that point, they were thinking of transferring me to a permanent facility for those people that they can't help at the hospital, right? And I survived all that. And look at me now. Look
Look,
at me now. Look
yes,
at me now.
yes, yes.
I almost didn't make it, but God had another plan. See,
God had a
thing.
plan
He
because
does.
This is the
God
thing.
knew that you had to be here to tell your story to help other men and women that is going through the same thing right now.
This
That's
is
right.
this is the thing, right? God had there was a person, and as much as I was attempting suicide, there was still this thing inside of me that there was more for me, right? There was
Yeah,
this thing, and I just felt like I was created for like a big life, a large life. To matter of fact, there was a time I thought I was meant to be famous, but now I understand it's not so much being famous; it's more like influential, right?
yeah,
My
yeah,
story is supposed to help some people. Um, so I remember thinking that there was more, and in my early 30s, God made a promise to me. He made a promise to me. Maybe one of them other times I was questioning him, what is the point of my life? And he said to me, many wonder how you manage, but I am the one that's been helping you.
mm,
He said, your blessing, or it wasn't blessing, but he said, yours will not come until you're older, but you will not be too old to enjoy it.
wow,
That's great.
Kept
wow,
that. I
that's
kept
good.
that with me. I kept that with me, and it helped me. And when I decided I needed to change my life, I had had enough of
Yeah,
suffering, right? And
yeah,
I said, my life is out of control because I am out of control.
Now
And
that's good. You need to say that again. When you came to the conclusion that I have had enough,
yes,
and now I'm saying this because each and every one of us, you have to come to the conclusion. If you're in a place that you don't want to be, you have to come to a conclusion. This is it. I've had enough. So in that aha moment, what was the very thing that made you say, I've had enough?
I made a decision. I I knew that there was more. I did not want to be depressed anymore. I did not want to be sad anymore. I wanted what God had purpose for me, right? I
Right.
decided I was going to take my life back, and everything that was stolen from me, I wanted it back, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I said, but my life is out of control because I am out of control. And to get me in control, I think I need to start with my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and got me some help, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I, I was going to go, and I tell people this, it's the foundation of my program that I have designed for survivors. You have got to get your mental health stable, right?
Yeah.
Nothing, everything in your life is going to be a mess if your mind is not right, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have got, and some of us think that we don't have mental health issues. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Every single one of us should go and see a mental health professional at least once a year, just to check in,
Wow.
just to check in. Listen, when you go yearly for your physical, this is when doctors find something might be going on with you for you to pay attention to. Same thing can happen with your mental health, right?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
in because you don't
Yeah.
you might not be aware, but there might be something there. So that's
Yeah.
what I did. I went and got myself help. Now, when I was in the hospital, I was against the mental hospital. I was against medication, right? But I was in there and I saw people change from taking medicine. So I know that everybody doesn't need medicine, but I needed it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if you need medicine, don't hesitate to take it. That's what it's there for. To
Right.
help you. If you were diabetic or had high blood pressure, you would be maintaining that with some medicine, right? If you are depressed and you cannot function and medicine is going to help you, why not? It helped
Right.
me. It
Yeah.
helped me. And
Yeah.
then counseling. And then my life started to take a turn, and I made up my mind I was not going back. I made a decision. I am not going back. And I've
Yeah.
been going forward ever since.
Wow. Wow. Rosa, you
Oh,
want to make a, I don't know what, Pastor V,
she couldn't. She had no sound. She couldn't hear us. So she logged off, and so she could log back on. But
okay.
Winsome, just listening to you, it it makes me, and I'm sure it makes one who is going to hear this, maybe as a recording or you're listening now. It makes me think about some of the things that I might be overlooking. You know,
That's good.
Yeah.
it makes me think about some things that I might be overlooking, like you just said.
Yeah.
Everybody should do a mental check just to
Yes.
see, just to see where you are.
Just to see where you are.
Yeah.
Be-
Yeah.
You
And
might
you know,
not have a
I,
mental illness. You might not have a mental illness per se, but there might be something going on that needs your attention. That is
Yeah,
going to make your
yeah.
life better, make you function
Yeah.
yes,
better, right? And if you don't feel like you can achieve your dreams, if you're struggling with self esteem issues, if you feel like you're not good enough, you can't make it, you can't have what you want, there is a mental health issue.
Wow. Wow. And you know, it's so important for us to do that because just think of the things that we go through with just within a year's time.
Yeah,
You know, just everyday life.
everyday life
Just
is
everyday
difficult to
life
navigate.
causes us to go through different things, you know, that, uh, like I said, we need to go and just get checked just because.
Yeah, yeah. Just go talk to somebody. Go talk
Go
to
talk
somebody.
to somebody.
Yeah. So yeah, so I decided I wanted my life back, and I said, you know what? There was a life that God had for me before abuse took me off track, right? That
Yes.
original person that God had laid up, because I know I wasn't just created for abuse and pain. There was something, and I wanted that person. So I started doing all the things, right? That
Mm,
that person, whatever that person's life was like, should have been like, if abuse hadn't entered the picture, that's the person I'm going after.
yes.
So, so even school, I'm 57 years old. I went back to school last year. I went back to school. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
They're getting kicked off for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to get them. Hold on for a minute. I'm sorry. Just where? Go ahead, Pastor. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, but yeah, technology.
Technology, I know. It was supposed to work so smoothly.
It's supposed to work so smoothly. I think just from getting up and down, it kicked them off. You
Oh
know,
no.
at one place. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that is so true. It's so important for us to just like to say once a year, just like we go and get our regular checkup once a year. We need to add that to it.
Add that to it. That is vital. That is vital. Because I remember when I was not like getting my mental health a priority, making it a priority, I couldn't function. I couldn't hold down a job.
Right,
I
right,
couldn't keep a job for, and that's one of the reasons why I realized that something was wrong. I was like,
right,
this is a simple job. Why can't I, you know? I said, no, something is wrong. You know,
right.
so I mean, I started to say, I cleaned up. I started cleaning up my life, and I was talking about how I went back to school because I had dropped out of school in ninth grade,
Okay.
right?
In one place, be okay.
I was I was raped in grade 9. I had gone to a friend's home for the weekend, and let me tell you something. A lot of terrible things happen when you go spend the night and spend the weekend
Woo! Tell me about it.
at a friend's home. See, now I am super vigilant. I don't want my niece going to spend the night with nobody's no friend's house,
Yeah.
right? Because I was spending the weekend innocent little friend's home, and it just so happened that her older sister's boyfriend was spending the night as well. These are parents who are just kind of permissive, right?
Yeah.
So he was there sleeping, and he left his bed with his girlfriend and came and took me out of my bed and did what he had to do with me, and then went back. How do you do that? And then went back anyway.
Yeah.
So, but that ended in a pregnancy, and I was attending all girls Catholic school. And when they found out about everything, they kicked me out of school like it was my fault, right?
My God.
So
Yeah.
I lost the opportunity to complete my education, and it was traumatizing. It was something that I never got over.
Yeah.
So last year, and I tried going back to school several times, but last year I put myself in Houston Community College, and I'm in school now. I'm taking
All
back
right. All
everything.
right. All right. All right.
That's
All
good.
right.
I'm taking back everything that was stolen from me. Everything,
Awesome. Awesome.
right?
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
Everything. And when I say everything, I mean like everything. I can't believe the amazing things that are happening in my life. It's almost unbelievable.
Wow.
There's more
Wow.
to come, Winsome. There has
More
to
to
be.
come.
There's more to come.
More to come.
That reminds me of when the statement or the scripture where it says your latter days will be greater than your former.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it. That
And
is exactly
I
it.
keep that in mind all the time, Winsome, because you know how you made the statement. I felt like on the inside of you, although you were going through all those things that can do nothing but
Discourage.
diminish your
Yeah.
self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. But at the same time, you still have this something buried on the inside of you. There gotta be more. I'm supposed to be great. I might even be a movie star, somebody extremely influential,
You
you
said
know?
it. You said it.
But and I understand that because even today at 61 years old, I still feel like there's more. And I
Yes.
know that my ladder is gonna be greater. And I
Yes.
know that there's something bigger and better coming that and God has in store for me. I feel that inside me that I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like I know this is not it. I
Yeah.
know
Yes.
this is not it.
This is
This
not
Yeah.
is
it.
not it. There is more.
No, no, it is
And
Yeah.
not
and and
over. Let me
and
tell
I'm
you,
not gonna stop looking for it. I'm not gonna stop
no,
believing in it.
you
I
can
know there's
create
more.
it. You can create it. Listen, my
Yeah.
life officially started at the age of 54.
Hmm.
Mm.
54. So, for all of you, I am a proud late bloomer. For all of you who think you're in your 50s and 60s and you're too late and you missed it, no.
No,
You
no,
can
no,
still create
no.
that
You
future
know,
that you want.
yes, I always say as long as you breathe it in and out, there's an opportunity.
Yes,
Hey, it's a great
absolutely.
opportunity. I do want to shout
Absolutely.
Pastor Vicky, and she's on. She haven't had very much to say. Of course, been up and down, but Pastor Vicky, just come in with us. Hey, yeah, we're having fun here. So come on and chime in, and to the Facebook watchers right now. If you have any question that you need to ask or you want to say, you want to just go ahead and just let us know. Please let us know that you are on. Let us know where you're from, and anything that we can answer, we're gonna try to answer it for you. So, Pastor V.
Well, hello to everyone. This is an awesome topic, ladies. I'm really just for the time that I'm able to hear. I'm really encouraged by this topic today because I feel like um, in some ways, I'm a late bloomer to a certain degree, and it's like
Yeah,
I'm coming. We were talking about this earlier, but I was explaining that I'm coming back to me. And
yeah,
so, I've been through a situation where I was married and now I'm divorced. I was married to a person who was narcissistic. And so it was pretty traumatic for me and for my children at the time. But we're coming out of it, and I'm literally watching the Lord just turn everything around, like for the lives of my kids. I'm
yeah,
literally watching Him turn things around. So I'm really
yeah,
encouraged by this topic today.
yeah,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
yeah,
And we're
yeah.
talking about when you're unsure about yourself, the things that happen when you're unsure. Now, I've come from being unsure to being very sure.
Very confidence
Very sure.
and balance, right? Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Confidence at ease and balance.
I
Uh,
know who
I
I
kind of want to
am.
talk about that, the part that you talk about, even with finding a job and being unsure and finding a job, because there are so many women's right now, maybe just coming out of it or maybe still in it, and they just, like I said, just they don't know their worth. You know, even they don't have the confidence, in even in finding a great job. You know,
Yes.
they just kind of settle for a McDonald's job
Yes.
just to have some.
Exactly.
Hey, this is all I can get. This is all of me. No, that's not all
Exactly.
of you. I kind of want to let's talk about that a little bit because you said you was at a place where you weren't even confident in a good job.
Right, right. And I thought that all I could do was like these cashier jobs or these little retail jobs, And I was a designer for a while, but, sales driven retail, I thought that that's all I could do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided, but I want a certain amount of money. I want to make a certain amount of money, right? And I
Right.
want to be working on the road where I'm not stuck in a building or an office. So I made a list. I made a list of the things that I wanted in a job. And I went out and it's like as soon as I became clear about what I wanted in a job, the job presented itself.
See.
Hey,
I didn't
that's
Yeah.
it.
even I didn't have all the experience. I didn't have experience in what the job wanted, but I applied for it anyway. And look at this. I applied to the company for one position and got interviewed, never got called back. But like about a week after that, the same company posted another position. So I applied again. I said, I don't even care if it's the same person that's interviewing me. I'm applying again. And and I got the job. And let me tell you, that job changed my life.
Wow.
I went from just not being able, I listen, I ate rice and sardines for like 2 years because that's all I could afford to eat
Wow.
after paying bills. I went from being evicted every few months to being stable on my own, paying my own rent. Listen, nicely furnished place and just everything that I want.
Yes. Yes.
Everything. My
Yes.
job paid me when I got on the job. Let me tell you how good God is and how powerful a creator each of us is. Lost my train of thought.
That
Talking
happens.
job, when I got on the job, listen, every week or so, my name was being called for something. I was being celebrated for something. I was winning some award. I was getting bonuses and all this. That was different to me. These things didn't used to happen for me.
Yeah. 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 So, ladies, let us know, you Facebook watchers, let us know that where you are, if you're not satisfied with where you are, you don't have to stay there.
You know,
You don't have to stay there. What she did, she built up courage, and she told herself, "This is not all of me. I'm going for it, even when I don't have the qualification for it.
right, right. I went
I'm
for
gonna,
it.
I tell my children and people all the time. I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur pretty much all my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I do hair by trade, and so there has been time that I do, and then I had to stop, and from different rate. But
Right.
every time I decide to go back to it, I always just step out on faith and just say, as I go, God gonna make a way.
As you go.
I didn't never let where I was dictate to where I was going.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I-
sometimes fear can do that. Fear would dictate to you, hey, you better hold on to this right here, because this is all you
That's
have.
all you can
If you
do.
let it go right here, you're not gonna have nothing.
Right.
That's a lie
That's
from
a lie. That is
hell.
such a lie. And I
That's a
proved
lie.
it. I
That's
proved
a
it.
lie. Yes.
Let me tell you,
When you step out on faith and you say, God, just like he did Abraham, he just told Abraham to go.
Just
yeah,
go.
Abraham, he didn't have no clue where he was going. He
right.
didn't know who he was going to run across. He just said, go. This is all God tells us every day. Just go.
Yeah,
Trust me.
just go.
That's all he's saying.
Just go.
Trust me
As you go. As you go,
as you go.
things will fall into place.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
it's amazing because where I used to be stagnant and stuck, sisters, let me tell you right now, I am downright unstoppable. I am absolutely unstoppable.
There you go.
Listen, I'm getting all excited now because see, I'm so excited because these are some of the things I want to teach the people in the
Yeah.
program that I have designed. I want you to be unstoppable. There is nothing that I want that I will not have. Nothing.
Mm.
My biggest, wildest dreams are in the making, right?
Yes.
I turn around, it's another success. Everything I put my hands to nowadays, it's a success. It works out. If something doesn't work out, I rejoice because something greater is coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am at a place where I thank God. I love it when God disappoints me. I love it
Oh,
because I know He's coming with something greater. I'm that
wow.
confident now. I am not unsure about myself or my life. Listen, I used to be so afraid of my future. I used to be a psychic addict. I would I would consult psychics, call them up, go visit them. I was obsessed with my future. What's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen? Because, yeah, I did have that dream that something great was supposed to happen for me. So I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I didn't want to wait. But yeah, fear of the future. But I'm not afraid of my future anymore. I'm very, very, very confident that my future
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. Yeah. I read here where it says, it said, I realized I would have to make change in believing it. Say, I want change in my life. I create a plan and I start following it. And
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, creating a plan
creating a
and
plan
then follow your
and
plan. If you
following
want,
it.
you got to make change. I like how you said it. If you, in other words, you're saying if you want change, you have to make change. You
You
can't
have to do it.
you can't wait for somebody else to make a change for you.
You have to
You
do it.
have to do it. Yeah.
That's what self empowerment is. Self empowerment is you taking charge of your life to create the life that you want. I remember I was waiting for years for God to change my life for me until one day God told me I was like in my 40s, early 40s, and He said, baby, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it.
You're gonna have to do it.
You
You
have
know,
to do it. I
now you
said,
know
no,
if God don't
honestly,
do it, if God don't do it, because God said, I don't force myself on anybody. I give you a
listen,
choice. And it's up to you to make a choice. It's up to you to choose. So that means, and everything about you, you got to choose to do so.
you have to make these moves. And when
Oh,
He told me that, I was like, God, are you serious? You mean all these years I've been waiting for you, and now you're telling me I have to do it? Yes, you are a creator. You can create the life you want. Empowerment means having the power and authority to do something.
yeah,
So self empowerment means you giving yourself the power and authority to do something. You create the life that you want. And I remember thinking when people used to say, you know, you can create the life you want. I was like, that don't make no daggone sense. I do not believe that. That's not going to work for me. But I also found a quote, and this helped me a lot too. I found a quote that said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Right? So then I stopped consulting psychics and I said, let me create the future I want. Let me
yeah.
do this thing. Let me first figure out what I want, make a list of those things I want, and then start taking the steps toward those things. And
Awesome.
so changed my life completely, turned everything around, and I've gone ahead and designed a program that will help other survivors because unfortunately a lot of us are still stuck in that place of pain and hurt and don't know how to get out.
Yeah.
Don't
I have a question about the program, Winsome. In the program, like you're saying right now, you have to do it yourself. You have to make the change. You have to put forth the effort. In your program, do you have steps that kind of help someone get from A to B, 1 to 10?
absolutely,
Because a lot
absolutely.
of people, they want to change, it's in them to change, they have a desire to change, they don't know
They
where to
don't know
start.
how. They
They are
don't
they are
know
they
how.
they are so deep that they're coming from such a place of despair to where they don't even know where to start.
They don't know where to start. I remember,
Yeah,
I know what that's like. You don't know where to start. I
yeah,
remember what that's like. I remember just living in pain and being angry at people who said, you have to pick your life up. You can't blame your parents and you have to. I was mad at people who used to speak like that. And I
Yeah.
thought I would never get to that place. But here I
Yeah.
am. Here I am. When I
Wow.
go to Facebook, when I go to Facebook groups and I see the sadness and the pain that come out of these survivor groups, I'm like, this is so sad to think I used to be there. I used
Yeah.
to be like that, can't see any way out, don't believe that healing is for me, don't
Yeah.
believe that I can have the life I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is my passion now. This is my dream now, to be able to help those people who are in despair,
Yeah. Yeah.
who
Yeah.
they don't know who they are. They have no clue who they are.
Yeah.
Their self-esteem is battered. They
Yeah.
are depressed. They are lost. They are
Mhm.
stagnant. They are stuck. They're frustrated. They're
Yeah.
unsupported. One of the major parts of my program is the support that I'm able to offer and the support of the community that I'm building. Because
Yes.
support is a vital thing.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, support is
Yes,
a
it is.
vital thing. You know what I like with UnRuffled Ladies? Look, you have your supporters with you. None of
Yes.
us can do anything alone.
Alone. That's
Let
right.
me
Yeah.
That's
tell you, Jesus himself needed support when he was carrying that cross, and God
Oh, come on.
helped him. Somebody had to come and help him with that.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
he was going to the garden to pray, he called for his disciples to go with him. He needed support.
Support.
When
Yeah.
Moses couldn't hold his hand up, then Aaron and Hur came and held up his arms for him, and the whole war was won because
Yes.
of support. Listen, none of us can do without support. We need it. And that is one of the major things I provide in this program.
Yes.
That's really
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
That is so
Awesome. Awesome.
awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. So just tell us a little bit more on your program and how people can get in touch with you. Just a few things that you offer, because I know it's somebody out there that need that support from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So in the program, we help you define who you are, because when we're in pain, we don't know who we are. So we talk about using the energy behind your name, your actual name, and your story to help figure out who you are, right? And we work with connecting you to your original self that was in the books before abuse came and took you off track. I help define your mission, your message, and identify your biggest dream. Talk about fulfilling your potential. Um, and I empower survivors to take charge of their overall life, well, life overhaul. And there are 7 major areas in life that we focus on, and get a hold of those major areas. And then towards my thing is, we're headed for our big dream, the one thing that you want more than anything in life. That's what I'm here to help you achieve,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the support, and the support um yeah, and help you, just help you develop courage. Now, we talk about the plan towards your big dream. And your big dream is that catch all for all your other dreams, because on your way to that dream, you're going to knock out some goals, right?
Right. Right.
98% of people do not achieve their dream.
Yes.
90, wait a minute. Do I have that number correct? Let me see.
It's a
92,
high number.
92%, 92%. And one of the reasons that they don't, one of them is that they're not sure of who they are. They don't believe in themselves. They don't trust themselves. And the other thing is that they just don't have a plan. So
That's it.
I will help you with a plan, develop a plan so that you can reach that dream and you can change your life.
Yeah, awesome, awesome,
That is,
awesome.
that is
So how
awesome.
do we get in touch with you? Uh,
So, okay, so my the easiest way is dream at powerupyourdream.com. That's
Dream.
dream
Mhm,
at powerupyourdream.com.
mhm.
Right? And then you can go to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has in there, if you want some more information about the program, there is a link in my YouTube videos, and it's the program information packet. There is a link right there. So the YouTube channel is Power Up Your Dream Self Empowerment Mentorship,
Mhm.
right?
Okay. Okay.
So Power Up Your Dream Self Empowerment Mentorship on YouTube, and dream at powerupyourdream.com.
Awesome. 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 I hope that you have got that. I have enjoyed you so much today. So much wisdom and knowledge that I have picked up. So many nuggets I have picked up. And we're going to do this again. We're going to do this again. I know that there's a lot more that we can talk about. And I do want all of the viewers today, please go to our YouTube channel, Strive there. And also just give us some feedback. Let us know what you need to talk about. What
Yeah.
you need to talk about. That's very important. And I do want you to understand, to know that there is so much help out there. There's so much help out there. Like this woman of God here, Winsome, is ready to help you power up your. What we all have a dream, and you may think, "Well, I don't have a dream anymore." But I mean, your dream began even as a child. You began to dream what I'm going to be when I grow up. So we all have a dream. Maybe it's sitting on a shelf right now, and you think it's dead. It's never going to happen. But guess what? As of today, God has put somebody in your life to help you power up your dream.
Power
So
Up Your Dream.
information. I pray that you wrote the information down on how to get in touch with her. Do you have a phone number or anything that you want to give out, or just go to your
I would
website?
rather just the
The web
email
the
and
information
the YouTube
tab.
channel to get the
Okay,
information.
okay, okay. Well, she gave out her YouTube channel and the information, so I hope that you wrote that down. This is Dr. Gina Nett with the UnRuffled Ladies, and once again, we want to just thank you so very much for being with us today.
Thank you, thank you,
And
thank
even tomorrow, go back and just look at, just review this segment all over again tomorrow, because I'm sure that there's something that we said today that you didn't get it today.
you.
So
Yes,
watch it again tomorrow. Watch it again next week, and
yes.
then let us know. Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ladies. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much
Bye,
for being.
Winsome. Thank you.
Pleasure, my pleasure.
Yes, and we're gonna do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have to.
Have a
It's a
great day.
must.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Pastor V, Valencia, is she okay back there?
Yeah, you still live. Did you get
Yeah. Can I get this? No.
And